What's up, everyone? Drew, aka Catching Rockets here. I hope everybody's having a good day. Let's see. Looks like a fairly rough day to trade, based on what I trade off of. I actually had called out a short or puts here, went against me. And I think right about here I said we were done on puts. Whoa, excuse me. That just came out of nowhere. Anyway, hopefully everybody did good. Trump is crazy when he starts talking or tweeting or whatever. As most of you know, like I got stopped out yesterday. I was pretty deep green on a trade, and then Trump tweeted something and stopped me out on my trade. Such is part of the game, right? Let's go ahead and just chart up SPY. Oops. Oh, I'm on 5 minutes. It's like, why is my previous day value area low wrong? All right. Oh, for anybody that's here for options, no setups today. I didn't have time to look. I actually have work tonight. Buy stocks. That's true. When politicians start telling you to buy, that would be the time to sell and wait for a dip. They do that all the time, Jack. That's how people like Nancy Pelosi get rich while the rest of us line her pockets. And when I say the rest of us, I'm referring to retail traders. Alrighty, so we have single prints at the top. I'm sorry, single prints at the bottom, pour low at the top. All right, let's go ahead and zoom out on SPY here. Not enough zoom. There we go. Wow, what an indecision candle. All right, so this still aligns with what I've been watching or what I'm expecting. We've been talking, I think, for a few weeks now. First, that they were targeting the 2024 value area high. And then when we broke above this, I said they were targeting the 568.21 level. From there, I thought we would probably retest the top of the 2024 value area high. Either break through and keep going down, or there's a chance that we bounce here. This was our news candle day where Trump tweeted and sent everything flying. And from there, I said, if we do bounce, we'll probably retest 568.21 again. And then from there, I would anticipate that we're going to be doing something like this. Okay. Increased volume. We were able to break over 568, but then came back below. And it's like a bearish indecision candle. Doesn't really change too much of what I'm looking at, but always good to zoom out. I don't think we have very much news tomorrow. I think we looked at it yesterday. Everything was like after market close. Can't believe it's already Friday. Or before the market, right? Oh, Waller's speaking an hour, 2 hours after the open. And then Canada has CPI and PPI after the close. So we don't have a whole lot going on. For me, I would be watching this area here for puts. And I would be watching here for calls. If you guys have questions, now would be the time. Yeah, I mean, so no planned news, right? There's always the potential that Trump says something crazy and we get a big move. But we can't plan for those tweets. We just got to roll with the punches. All right, so let me go share this in Keenan's. So, Asuri, anytime if we happen to gap down and break below a level, that always becomes an area where I would be looking for a rejection. Or even, if we gap down and open below and retest it, I would be looking for a rejection. Okay. And then the same for above. If we do something, if we gap overnight and do something like this, oops, or even gap and do something like this, these go from, resistance to support. Tell Freely you said hi. I think right now they're messing with me. I'm short, possibly early, but I'm looking for a break of this. Oops, what in the hell? I'm just hanging out for a minute here to see if you guys have any questions before I take off. Oh, nice, Asuri. Yeah, I would love to be in short from here, but it is what it is. I was a little bit worried that they might retest it, but um, it'll be what it'll be if they do. Cannot change it. I'm kind of surprised though. I really wanted to see them lose right here. And they came so close. Actually, a bit lower right there. Something like that. They came really close. I thought they were going to do it, but they didn't. I mean, that's, yeah, totally possible. And they'll get my stop if they do. Um, I was just hoping that this might be respected, but which so far it's not. Yeah, they're flirting with my stop loss here. Um, Alrighty. Google's up today. Yeah. These clouds are deadly when they're closed. Just deadly. You can see we bounced here off of the closed clouds. Bounced here off of the closed clouds. What do you mean by would I ever open a Discord like Keenan's? Like with a cheap monthly fee? Or I don't even know if Keenan's is cheap anymore. Like he upped his prices unless you're grandfathered in, right? I'm open to entertaining your question. I just, I don't see myself ever opening a Discord. But based on how you reply, I'll reply and give you the reasoning why I wouldn't be opening a Discord. Maybe I'll just start talking so there's not quietness. So when I met Shorty, he didn't have a Discord, and he started teaching me and mentoring me, and then there came a point where he felt like if he opened a Discord, I would be able to help him teach new members, right? So he asked me if I would be willing to help out with teaching people. And I was like, yeah, sure, I'm down. Joseph, yeah, they're part of the Discord. And so, yeah, I was like, yeah, sure, I'm down to help. And then Shorty opened the Discord, and basically I kind of like fell into the role of going live every day. And I'm like hesitant to say that because I haven't been going live every day recently. Been busy with life and whatever else. But I try to go live every day when I'm able to. And then I'm also like an admin in there, so I'm busy, whatever, just helping with stuff. And then I record the videos that he does for members in the Discord. So I have quite a bit going on, and I guess what I'm ultimately saying is like my what my dedication is with Shorty, and so I feel like I owe him so much for like how much he took and or how much time he took to teach me and guide me and mentor me on being a trader, and I don't feel like I could ever repay him for what he's given me. So I don't ever see myself, unless Shorty like closes his Discord, or unless Shorty tells me he doesn't want me or need me anymore. I'm gonna be there, doing the same thing that I'm doing right now, and basically between that, I feel like me opening my own Discord would be like a conflict of interest, and more importantly, I just don't feel like I would have time to dedicate to people that might potentially join a Discord that I open, if that makes sense. Like I feel like I'm already busy enough, and trying to add more to that, and like I would, if I open a Discord, I would feel like I need to go live and trade live, and I would feel like, I need to be posting setups and trades during the day and whatever else. And really, I just don't. You're funny, Big P. I really just don't think I have the time, and I don't think that would be fair for people if they joined a Discord that I opened and they're paying money or whatever else. And so for that reason, I don't see it as something that I would ever do. And I think you guys know, like, the people that are, like the regulars that are here, in the YouTube, you guys know, like, I'm all about like being honest and trying to, show like as much of the truth of trading as I can. Trying to reveal people that are, that are just trying to take your money or whatever else, things like that. Like, I feel like I do a lot of that on my channel, and I feel like a lot of my focus is on, just being true to myself, being honest, being revealed, being all about my integrity. And with that said, like, my loyalty is to Shorty. I have a ton of love for Keenan. I think if it wasn't for Keenan, I never would have got into trading to begin with. And Keenan's an amazing trader. He's really good at minimizing his losses and maximizing his wins. But I'm sure everybody here knows, like, me and Keenan trade completely differently, right? I trade off of what Shorty's taught me. And Keenan, I don't know exactly, but I'm pretty sure he uses like moving averages and things like that. It's been a while since I've watched him trade. But so, I mean, obviously, like, I have loyalty to Keenan. I'm a moderator in his channel. Everything that I've said, But at the end of the day, like, as far as trading live and things like that, that's always going to be on Shorty's Discord. And I don't feel like I have time to put more onto my plate. I also don't think I have a reason or a need to, to open up a Discord, if that makes sense. I don't see any reason for doing so, because I don't think I would be able to provide much more than I'm doing right now, like in Keenan's, where I'll share like option setups that I'm looking at, or I'll share what I'm watching for SPY on the next day. Further than that, I don't think I would have very much value to bring, other than possibly like an area where you might potentially have like a more direct line to talk to me where you could, message in the Discord and ask me questions or whatever else. But with that said, like my DMs are always open, and I don't ever ignore anybody in the DMs. Like, so, there's really just no reason not to just reach out to me that way, or even at me in a Discord. I will say things can sometimes get a little bit overwhelming, and sometimes like messages might get missed or whatever, never intentionally. So if anybody does ever ask me a question, even if it's DMs, for whatever reason, like sometimes Discord is kind of finicky, and like DMs I won't get a notification. And so if you ask me a question and I don't reply to you within like 12 to 24 hours, then ask again. I'm not ignoring you. It's not intentional. Just sometimes I don't get notifications or whatever else. Like Discord can be a little bit funky, at least for me. I don't know about for other people. So again, like I don't know what I could provide for anybody, for people that don't know. And when I say this, like I'm not even promoting it. It's not about money for me, but I have a mentorship Discord that I'm doing right now where I try to meet like 2 to 3 times a week and do about an hour and a half long session where I'm basically guiding people on the best route I think it is to go from being like an unprofitable trader to a profitable trader. And when I say the best route that I think, that doesn't mean it's the best way to do it. It's just the way that's worked for me over time with teaching other people where I've been successful. I will just throw this out there. I think most of the members in the YouTube are already members there, but there is $100 one-time fee to join that group. I decided for the amount of time I'm putting in, there needs to be something for me for my time. And it's still it's really not much at the end of the day if you look at it. Like the amount of time that I'm spending teaching in there compared to the amount that people are paying is really nothing. And then for people that are members of Shorty's Discord, joining is free. So anybody that's already a member, you can join the mentorship group for free. I feel like so far the results have been pretty good. I don't want to speak for anybody, but the feedback I've been getting has been good. It seems like people are growing and learning. And that's what I'm trying to accomplish. And so I feel like that's working. So I guess technically I do have a Discord, but it's not a Discord where, like I guess like, a Discord in the sense where I'm in there every day, talking and trading live or whatever else. And again, I don't think that would ever happen. I'm already doing that. And I feel like, my loyalties are already in the right place. Yeah. Big P, if you've seen Shorty trade, you would understand the reason that I have the love and respect that I do for Shorty. And then he's just also just a really good person. Most of what he's doing is just trying to help people get better as traders, and he really genuinely cares. And I think in life, like, when you meet people that align with your values, you stick to them, right? And I think this is important for anybody. I think a lot of people don't understand this, but like I kind of avoid negativity. Actually, last night was a good example. I took my wife and my son and the baby to go to, there's a place near us called Handles, and they have like homemade ice cream. It's really good, and they have a ton of flavors. And so I'm there. Oh, awesome. I just hit my profit target on NQ. Thank you. That's, I think, $1,200 in the bank. I'll take it. Yeah, 1,200. Okay, so Triple G, I would love to do that. So anyway, while we were there, there was like some younger kids sitting behind us or behind me. And when I say younger, they're probably like somewhere between 17 and 19, I would guess, maybe 16. But they were either like, towards the end of high school or kind of just finished high school. Can't really tell. But it was like, I think it was like 3 girls and 3 boys. And the boys were acting kind of like, thuggy and gangster and whatever. And, the girls were all playing into it and giggling and whatever else. And one of the girls was like going through her DMs from another guy and like talking him down in front of the other boys. And of course, those boys are talking her down. Where do you live, Black Rose? That's crazy. Me and my family are there all the time. So anyway, we're just there, and I'm hearing those kids talk, and like the adult in me wants to turn around and be like, hey, like acting like you're some tough street kid isn't going to get you anywhere in life. But also, having been a child myself, I know they would probably just look at me and be like, shut up, old man, and laugh or whatever. Not that I'm worried about hearing shut up, old man, but it would just fall on deaf ears. So I'd be wasting my breath, and I'm really not about wasting my time. But my point is like, now as adults, and I'm assuming most people that are listening are going to be like mature adults, like the people that you surround yourself with, really affects like who you are as a person, right? So if you surround yourself with successful people, or whatever it is, like let's just say we surround ourselves with successful, profitable traders, over time, you're going to learn from them and grow and get better as a trader yourself till you get to the point that you're a successful, profitable trader. If you're hanging out with successful, profitable businessmen or businesswomen, I'm not trying to be sexist when I say that, but over time, you're gonna get to the point where you become a better business person yourself. And I said person instead of man or woman, whatever. Again, I'm not trying to make this about a sex thing. So yeah, the point being is like the people that you surround yourself with is important, right? And if you're surrounding yourself with people with like trash mentalities that want to act tough and thug and whatever, be gangster, like that's where you're gonna that's where you're gonna end up. And so for me, like surrounding myself with people like Shorty is a no-brainer, right? Surrounding myself with and I'm just using him as an example. There's tons of really good traders in Shorty's Discord. There's a lot of good traders in Keenan's Discord. And that's the people that I want to surround myself with. In life, it's kind of disappointing because I have some friends that I would consider like really good friends that are like close and dear to my heart from like my childhood, but they just never like push past, being like an immature teenager doing stupid stuff. They're still doing stupid stuff. And, like I'll go hang out with them, once every couple of years and say hi and, hang out, have dinner, whatever. But I don't tend to spend a lot of time around those people. And it kind of sucks because like I miss them, and I wish they were working hard and grinding like me instead of being immature and, doing stupid stuff. So, yeah, just with that said, like it's really important who you surround yourself with. And for me, just surrounding myself with people that are, positive, hardworking, working hard to be better traders is just a no-brainer. And so that's where I'm at. And just don't feel like I would have time to bring anything, to another Discord, if that makes sense. Pancho asked if I think it's time to buy stocks like Trump said. Absolutely not. Unless you like buying the top. I don't know. Like, we're almost there, right? Like, what did I just get filled on? What are you doing? I don't even have a stop loss. All right, well, I just lost a little bit of my $1,200. That's so random because I didn't have an order. I guess I had a ghost order that I didn't know about. Not worried about it. I'm glad that I was here to hear that happen because I was able to close the position. I just went short at the bottom, apparently. I mean, actually, I think they're going to go lower, but yeah, they need to break this. I got filled like somewhere down here, like 32 or whatever. That's crazy. I only lost like $50, so it's not anything crazy, but I'm definitely not trying to be short right here. I mean, if they lose this and keep going, but I'm not a continuation trader, so I'm not trying to short here. You guys heard it, and I'm like, what? Anyway, I was answering. Oh, Poncho. Yeah, no, it's not time to buy. At least not in my opinion. I mean, we're the tops here. Today we were what, like 30, 35 points from the top. Yeah, not the spot to be buying for me, at least. And I think a lot of times, I mean, I think this is important to know as traders. They're yeah. So Asuri, based on since I'm on a prop firm, I have a like maximum I can make per day. I would still be short if that wasn't the case, but due to that, I'm already out of my trade, but I'm definitely not trying to get in short down here, you know. So a lot of times, and this like you can go back historically and research this. It might be a little bit hard to research, but I guess the area that I have the most memory of, like if we zoom out on SPY, I think, I don't know how far back charts go here, but if we go back, I think it does go back 2007. My gosh, how far do I have to go? So this here, I wish I remembered the exact dates, but when we were like up here in October, politicians were still saying buy, 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 right? And they were saying the economy's strong, everything's good, housing market's strong. And I felt like this was a more aggressive sell-off, but I guess it wasn't. But I remember just the whole time, you know, we're up here. They're like, oh, everything's great. Everything's good. Economy's good. You know, buy Apple, buy stocks, whatever. I remember I just kept hearing them saying all of that. And I actually closed, I don't remember exactly where, but it was roughly 2 weeks before the drop, but I don't remember, you know, if it was the top here or if it was, you know, like 2 weeks before this or whatever, but we'll just pretend it's the top. And again, I'm not, when I say this, like I'm not trying to to make something up. I'm not trying to be a liar and said that I timed the talk perfectly. But I remember like 2 weeks before, at least like the really big sell-off, I closed my entire position. Like my 401k, I closed all of my mutual funds and everything and moved everything into bonds. because that's the only option I have with the 401k is I have to be invested in something. I can't be in cash. And I figured bonds was the safest option if we do get some kind of a dump. And so again, I don't remember exactly where, but I closed, 2 weeks before we really started dumping, roughly. And I want to say there's about 10 people that I work with back then that I was telling, hey, like, close your stuff, whatever, blah, 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 move everything into bonds, blah, 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 blah. And like, they all listened to me, and they're all very grateful because what ended up happening was, we dumped. And I want to say about 3 weeks before the bottom. And again, I'm not trying to like make stuff up, and this isn't like 100% accurate, but what is it, like roughly 21 days? So I bought back in somewhere like right around here. The only bummer was the company I was working for, I'd only been there for like 4 years. So my 401k wasn't huge. But when I bought back in, that catapulted my 401k. I mean, I had a good chunk of change, I'll say. Like, I contributed, I think like 20% of my income was going into my 401k for like 4 years. And so at this point, I had a pretty good chunk of change. And closing, somewhere up here and buying back in down here, as we recovered, I was killing it, making like 50, 60, 65% on my 401k, year over year. And so buying back down here absolutely catapulted my 401k. But again, the main point of this isn't how well I did on my trades or whatever, or how well I did timing the bottom or the top. The real point is, I distinctly remember politicians saying everything was great up until the moment they started saying everything is not great. I'm not sure what a fixed rate ETF is. Actually, I'm sure I could use a fixed rate ETF if it was allowed through my 401k, but for mine, I'm only allowed to do mutual funds, which is about to change because I'm moving. I mean, right now I have a self-directed 401k, but it's controlled by like my hospital, what you can and cannot buy and sell, basically. Or not sell, but what you can buy. And they limit us to mutual funds. And so mine's a little bit different than theirs, meaning that I have a self-directed 401k, which gives me a little bit more flexibility. So right now on my 401k, I have a bunch of inverse ETFs or bearish ETFs where if the market goes down, I make money. Most of my position is cash, but I have about 50K invested short. Yeah. No. It's not the USSRE. It's like their whatever company you work for, that you're, because like they contribute to your 401k. They are able to control what you can and cannot do with your account, to protect you. But so since the hospital that I've been working at for like 20 years was bought out by USC, they're basically, they consider my old company is closed. And so since my old company is closed, I'm actually able to withdraw all of my 401k. If I took it as cash, I would have to pay like whatever, 30% taxes. But if I'm withdrawing it and depositing it into another 401k that's managed by myself, I wouldn't incur those tax penalties, which is what I'm doing. And once I transfer it to my own account, I can buy anything I want. ETF shares, I can be cash, I can do anything that I want to do. I can short, I can trade, I could day trade futures, options, anything. But again, right now it's controlled by the company that I work for, as a way to protect people, which makes sense. Most people really don't know what they're doing trading, and they're so protecting people by limiting them to trading mutual funds or whatever else is not a bad idea. I guess I should have said should have stayed short for a hot minute on that accidental fill, and just closed it in green instead of taking an L. Again, it's just $50. I'm not sweating it, but absolutely absurd that I got filled randomly on some short. I think I've answered everybody's questions. That's crazy, Black Rose. Yeah, like I said, I mean, we go to Handlers pretty often. I think I've answered everybody's questions. If I miss something, just DM me or whatever. Again, it's not personal. I just read through the chat really quickly, just to make sure I didn't miss anything, but there's always a chance that I still might miss something. Hey, what's up, Rob? How you doing, bro? So if anybody, like I said, if anybody has any questions, just hit me up. With that said, I'm going to call it a night here. I have to go get ready for work, unfortunately. So as always, huge thanks to everybody that's a subscriber. Extra big thanks to the friends of the stream. Extra big thanks to the people that talk and keep things interesting. Good to hear, Rob. If you're new here, basically 5 days a week, we go live Sunday through Thursday. Cover what we're looking at for the next day on SPY, and occasionally we post option trades. We have a pretty high win rate on option call outs. And so with that said, if you enjoy the content, I would love a subscribe. And I guess we will see you all probably sometime Sunday. Not probably. We'll see you on Sunday to do an update on SPY. And hopefully I have some option setups for you then. Best of luck, everybody, trading tomorrow. Also, I hope you all have a great weekend. Go spend some time with your families, touch grass, hug the people you love. To the mothers out there, and when I say this, there's no way that I can really convey what I'm about to say, but a huge thanks to all of the good moms out there. Yeah, just being a mother doesn't make you anything, but to the people that are actually like good moms and loving and whatever it is, working hard. Some of us are struggling, taking care of our kids, getting them to school every day, getting them to bed every day. Sounds easy, but it's not. Just know I truly appreciate you guys. Like, I'm not joking. I really, really do. We're all, like molding and building the future. You guys see me, with my kids. I'm a very hardworking father, very dedicated, spend a ton of time with my kids. And it's important because they're going to be the future, right? And we don't want a bunch of little soft, wet paper bags taking over the country when we're done with it. But so yeah, for the real ones, much love, much respect. Really appreciate you guys. Appreciate all the hard work that you put in that I think a lot of people think goes unnoticed. Like, I say pretty often, to my wife, she won't appreciate me saying this, but because she's always been like a really hardworking businesswoman, but my wife is now a stay-at-home mom, And she thinks that's like a step down from being a businesswoman. She's one of the hardest working people I know. She works way harder than me. She's taking care of the kids. She's taking care of me. She basically cooks 3 meals a day because Chinese people don't really like do quick, easy lunches and breakfasts. Everything's cooked. And she's always cleaning the house, whatever, doing laundry. Like she just never stops. And I don't know how she does all of the things that she does in a single day, but I know 100% for a fact she works 100% harder than I do. And I work my ass off. And so, for some of us, like we don't have the luxury of not working and taking care of the kids, and then you're doing double duty. And to those people, really, my hat's off to you. Much love, seriously, much respect. Really, really appreciate everybody. But anyway, this coming Sunday is for moms, so it's not about everybody. Anyway, so much love, much respect to the moms. Keep doing what you're doing. Things might seem tough and hard right now, but one day your kids are going to look back and be like, wow, like now that I'm doing what I saw you doing, I know how hard it is, and I really appreciate everything you did for me. So one day they're going to realize how hard, you worked and everything you did for them. So just keep pushing, keep grinding, keep doing what you're doing. Don't get beat up. Make sure you take time to yourself as well. Make sure you rest. And hopefully everybody has a great Mother's Day. Again, really sincerely from the bottom of my heart. I don't know how else to say it or how else to convey it, but it's not BS. Like this is real, undiluted, raw, and me being as real as I can be. I actually have tears in my eyes, but guys probably can't see that. But this isn't just words. Like I really, really appreciate the moms out there that work so hard to take care of us. I appreciate my mom, of course, and I appreciate my wife. With that said, much love, much respect to everybody. I hope you all have an amazing weekend. For the moms, I hope you have an amazing Mother's Day. I hope you have an even better weekend. Peace out. We'll see you on the next one.